The night sky stretches endlessly above the African desert. Drums echo faintly in the distance as the camera glides across shifting dunes under a silver moon. A narrator's voice rises, deep and steady. Long before Europe built castles, long before America was discovered, mighty African kingdoms thrived. Kingdoms so powerful, so wealthy, that they shaped the very world we live in today. Yet history tried to erase them. Tonight, their voices return. Quick flashes appear, gold dust spilling from a hand, proud African kings walking in royal processions, and modern African students, in sharp suits and elegant gowns, staring in awe as history books open in their hands. The hook is set, the journey begins. Morning breaks over a bustling African city. Tall glass buildings cast shadows across a wide plaza where stylishly dressed young Africans walk with confidence. A young historian Amahal gathers her students beneath a massive mural painted with the faces of forgotten kings and queens. Her modern gown flows gently as she gestures toward the mural. Today, we travel back in time, she announces. Her voice soft yet commanding. We will discover the forgotten African kingdoms that shaped the world. And once you hear their stories, you will never look at history the same way again. Her students lean forward, eager, curiosity glowing in their eyes. The first stop is the Kingdom of Kush. Golden sunlight reflects off the Nile River. Ancient temples rising, their stones glowing with power. The narrator explains. Before Egypt claimed glory, the Kushites built their own empire. They ruled not only with military strength but with art, architecture, and language. Their pyramids still stand today, whispering secrets of greatness. A modern black African actor, dressed in a royal-inspired black suit embroidered with gold, portrays King Pi. His voice is steady as he declares to his people, "We are not Egypt's shadow, we are Kush, builders of stone, rulers of land, guardians of our people." Drums rise in the background. The classroom erupts in applause as Amahal nods proudly. Kush proves Africa was never silent. She says, it spoke through stone, through legacy, through power that still echoes. The screen shifts to the empire of Ghana, known as the Land of Gold. Golden sands stretch across the horizon as caravans of traders move across the desert, camels loaded with treasure. A modern businessman in a navy blue suit holds up a shining coin, symbolizing Ghana's wealth that once connected Africa to the entire world. The narrator continues. Centuries before Europe dreamed of riches, Ghana's kings controlled rivers of gold and trade routes that stretched across continents. In a majestic royal court scene, King Kayamagan, played by a tall African man in a ceremonial suit trimmed with gold, lifts his staff high. No kingdom prospers by greed alone, he declares. Trade must be fair, justice must be firm, and only then will gold shine brighter than the sun. In the classroom, a student whispers, they had justice systems, like modern governments. Amahali smiles. Yes. These kingdoms weren't only rich, they were wise. The camera pans across a glowing map of West Africa. Bold letters appear. The Mali Empire. The drumbeat grows louder. Then came Mali, the narrator announces. And with Mali came the richest man the world has ever known. Mansa Musa, a modern African businessman in a tailored black suit, walks confidently through a financial district, golden dust sparkling in the air around him. In 1324, the narrator explains, Mansa Musa's pilgrimage to Mecca shook the world. He carried so much gold that markets collapsed. But his true legacy was not wealth, it was knowledge. The scene shifts. Mansa Musa stands before a futuristic African library, blending ancient beauty with modern glass towers. His voice is firm. Gold fades, knowledge lasts forever. Our children must learn, so Africa will never be forgotten. In the classroom, students gasp. One boy whispers, he sounds like the father of education in Africa. Amahal nods, her pride shining dot from Mali. The story flows into the kingdom of Benin. The screen bursts alive with drums and bronze sculptures glowing in firelight. Modern African artists work in studios, carving and painting. While Europe struggled in darkness, the narrator explains, the kingdom of Benin flourished with art and order. Its bronze masterpieces still astonished the world. Its walls stretched for miles, longer even than the Great Wall of China. King Oba appears, portrayed by a regal black African man in a royal suit of deep red and gold. He raises his hand, his voice powerful. A kingdom without beauty is a kingdom without soul. Let art remind us who we are. In the classroom, students sketch Benin bronzes in their notebooks, inspired. The final act brings us to Great Zimbabwe. A sweeping drone shot reveals stone ruins glowing in sunset, blending into futuristic African skylines. Great Zimbabwe, the narrator says, proved African architects were masters. Their stone walls rose without cement, yet they still stand centuries later. Colonizers once claimed Africans could not have built this, but the stones speak the truth. Modern African engineers appear at the ruins, dressed in sleek black jackets, studying blueprints on digital tablets. One whispers in awe. They built without cement, and their walls still stand. That is mastery. Amahul faces her students, her voice filled with pride, and that mastery is in your DNA. Never let anyone tell you Africa had no history. These kingdoms prove otherwise. The music deepens. The classroom grows quiet. A young student, eyes misty, rises and asks, "Why didn't we learn this in school? Why was it hidden?" Amahal walks over, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Because some stories were buried, but we are here to unearth them." Her words echo as the screen fades to black, golden letters shining. Forgotten African kingdoms that shaped the world. The narrator closes with power. From Kush to Ghana, from Mali to Benin, from Zimbabwe to beyond, these forgotten African kingdoms shaped the world. Their wisdom, their wealth, their vision, live on in every African heartbeat today. The world may have forgotten them, but Africa remembers, and when Africa remembers, the world must listen. The screen fades in with a slow shot of a sunrise, rising over Africa's mountains. The narrator's voice returns, deep and commanding. We uncovered Kush, Ghana, Mali, Benin, and great Zimbabwe kingdoms that carried wealth, wisdom, and unmatched vision. But Africa's history does not end there. More kingdoms rose, carrying power and glory that changed the destiny of the world. And today, their voices call to us again. The classroom reappears. Amahal stands before her students, now joined by more young men and women, all in modern attire, their notebooks filled with notes from the last lecture. "You've seen what we began," she says firmly. "But the story continues. Let us explore even deeper." Her words carry energy, and the students lean in, ready for more. The scene transitions to the Kingdom of Aksum, one of Africa's greatest ancient powers. The camera glides over stone obelisks and ancient churches carved into rock, before shifting into a bustling modern African city filled with vibrant people in sharp suits and flowing gowns. The narrator explains, Aksum in present-day Ethiopia was once among the world's most powerful kingdoms. It traded with Rome, India, and Arabia. It became a center of faith, where Christianity flourished long before Europe embraced it. A modern actor portrays King Azana, dressed in a dark suit accented with silver, standing on a balcony overlooking a city skyline. He speaks with conviction. Our faith is not weakness, it is strength. With it, we build bridges, not walls. Back in the classroom, a student raises her hand. So Africa was shaping religion to Amale smiles. Yes. Faith and trade together made Aksum a beacon for centuries. The story flows to the Kanem-Bornu Empire. The desert wind blows across endless sands, and caravans appear with soldiers guarding merchants. The narrator's voice deepens. Kanem-Bornu thrived for nearly 1,000 years in Central Africa. Its rulers controlled trade routes. Its cavalry struck fear in enemies, and its scholars preserved knowledge that inspired generations. The scene shifts to a modern military academy in Africa. Young cadets in sleek uniforms march proudly. Their commander, a tall black African officer in a decorated suit, addresses them. Strength without wisdom collapses. But strength with vision lasts for centuries. His words echo the empire's legacy. The camera then turns toward the Swahili coast. Ocean waves crash against the shore. White sails fill the horizon. The narrator explains. Along Africa's eastern coast, the Swahili kingdoms flourished. They were traders, sailors, diplomats. Their cities, Kilwa, Mombasa, Zanzibar, glowed with mosques, palaces, and markets rich with ivory, gold, and spices. They spoke Swahili, a language born from African roots and global exchange, still alive today. A modern African woman, dressed in a flowing gown, walks along the coast holding a tablet that displays maps of ancient trade routes. She turns to the camera. These kingdoms prove Africa was not isolated. Africa was connected, alive, and global, long before colonization. The scene shifts dramatically to the Congo Kingdom. The camera pans across lush forests and rivers glimmering in sunlight. The narrator speaks with gravity. The Kingdom of Congo, in Central Africa, was powerful and advanced, with a centralized government, noble courts, and art that stunned visitors. But when Europeans arrived, this kingdom faced both alliance and betrayal. It fought, adapted, and endured. A modern black African king, wearing a fitted royal jacket embroidered with silver, appears in a throne room. His voice is calm yet sharp. We welcomed outsiders as friends. Some betrayed us, yet we remained Congo. Strong, unbroken. Amahul pauses in the classroom, her expression serious. These kingdoms remind us, Africa's story is not only glory, it is also resilience in the face of betrayal. The students nod slowly, emotion heavy on their faces. The camera transitions once more, this time to the Ashanti Empire. Golden stools and rich textiles glow in the firelight. Drums pound as warriors march. The narrator continues. The Ashanti Empire of West Africa was built on unity. Its golden stools symbolized the soul of the nation. No ruler sat upon it. It belonged to the people, to the spirit of the Ashanti themselves. A modern African leader, in a stylish dark green suit, lifts a symbolic golden stool before a cheering crowd. Power does not belong to one man. It belongs to the people. Always. Back in the classroom, a student whispers, "They sound more democratic than some governments today." Amahal nods, her eyes gleaming. Exactly. Africa carried ideas of governance and shared power long before the modern world claimed them. The music swells as the narrator speaks again. From Aksum's faith to Kanambornu's warriors. From the Swahili coast's trade to Congo's resilience. From Ashanti's unity to the brilliance of countless others. These kingdoms remind us of Africa's unshakable power. The classroom grows quiet as one student stands, his voice trembling. Why don't we see these stories on the news? Why aren't these in every history book? Amahul walks closer, her modern gown flowing softly. Because history was written by those who wanted Africa forgotten. But Africa's truth is too powerful to stay buried. Her voice deepens with emotion. And now, it is our responsibility to tell these stories. The screen fills with a powerful montage. Young African scientists in labs, entrepreneurs in business centers, artists in studios, children in classrooms. Their modern faces reflect the legacy of the kingdoms before them. The narrator's voice grows strong, almost thunderous. The forgotten African kingdoms shaped the world. Through trade, through art, through faith, through resilience. Their wisdom flows in Africa's blood today. And when Africa remembers, the world must listen. Golden text glows across the screen. The story is not over. Amahal faces the camera directly, her tone urgent and inspiring. If these stories moved you, share them. Let the world know Africa's history is alive, powerful, and unforgettable. Comment your thoughts, subscribe for more, and join us in uncovering the truth that history tried to bury. Together, we bring Africa's voice back to the world. The screen fades to black with final golden words. Africa remembers.